One of the things I'm without question most curious about is I don't know virtually anything about the F-15, just like I didn't really know anything about the F-16.
Yeah.
So can you explain to the audience what makes the F-16 such an incredible plane? What are the pros of it? And then maybe some things that you wouldn't ask an F-15 to do.
Okay, so you want me to give you what's good about the F-16?
I'm sorry. The
Okay.
F-15, the F-15.
Okay. But the F-16 definitely has its strengths. It also has its weaknesses. I think every platform does. One of the unique things about the F-15E is it has two people in it. And, it gets a lot of shade from the single seat fighter pilot community. It does. And I think, especially as a Wizzo, dude, I've been at a single seat fighter pilot base now for 8 years. And you don't live that long at a single seat fighter pilot base by not having thick skin. Okay. So you kind of take the ribbing, it's fine. All right. But when it comes down to it, man, when it comes down to the mission and it comes down to we're going to force package and put a bunch of jets together, each of them have a specific role. The F-15E has an advantage, I think, because of the two people in the cockpit. When you divide duties up like that, you reduce the workload on the individual, right? So one guy operating at 100% is not going to be as good as two guys operating at 80%. It's just math. And when you learn and you get two people who have done it for a while and they really learn how to timeshare and load share the duties that go on in the cockpit like that, it is a lethal warfighting machine. Not to mention that it carries a shit ton of gas, a shit ton of bombs and missiles and stuff. I mean, it's very capable when it comes to that. The avionics suite in the F-15 is second to none on a fourth gen fighter. I mean, it's right there with the best of them. So when you combine all of that, it is extremely capable.
When the F-15E was it designed for the sole purpose of dogfighting or striking ground targets? What was the main mission set they had in mind when they
Yeah.
cooked this plane up?
The F-15E is the opposite of a dogfighter. It
Okay.
is it is terrible at dogfighting. We always joked about the one thing that the Strike Eagle does very, very well is lose energy. And when you go to emerge with an adversary, energy is king. You have to stay high on energy. He who hits the floor with the most energy is going to win the fight, right? The Strike Eagle is not going to be that guy. So our game plan was to kill you at 20 miles instead of 1 miles and not even get to that point. Obviously, that's everybody's game plan, and it's all in jest. But it was designed as a low level air interdiction platform. Really, carries a buttload of bombs, carries a buttload of missiles, carried some very unique platform specific weapons at the time, and I'm talking about the AGM-130 and the GBU-15. If some of the older guys maybe remember that. But it was basically an AGM-130 is a TV guided bomb with a AIM-7 missile strapped to the bottom of it that the Wizzo would actually fly via a data link pod, and you could launch this thing from 30 miles out or something. But it was really I think in the inception phase it was thought of as a replacement for the F-111 aardvark. So if you remember the F-111 swept wing, dual cockpit, side by side seating, not tandem seating, but two big old engines on it, and it was low level, get into the target, blow it up, and get home. A couple of unique features on the F-15E model specifically are the conformal fuel tanks, which not only give us 10 or 12,000 more pounds of gas, but they also have they have 6 weapon stations added to them. So you could carry 12 bombs just on the CFTs, and then you had the wing stations and the centerline station to carry extra stuff as well.
So it comes loaded for bear when it's
Yeah.
coming towards the target. That's incredible. I didn't realize it could carry that much firepower. What plane did you say? Did you say the F-117?
F-111.
F-111.
The
Okay.
F-111, yeah.
Gotcha. So now you've made through the training. We got a good idea of what the F-15E is capable of. You're riding. Second seat is the weapons officer. Your first deployment to Afghanistan is
Yeah.
2008, correct?
That's right. Yep.
Can you lay out kind